again, if you know what I mean.
I do. Hey, oh, we're going live. My God, you must take a nice sigh of relief. We're going live.
Take the first mid fight. My
no,
breath is taken away.
I'm gonna turn into a robot and disappear. You're gonna have to do it.
Please.
Okay, well, we are going to have HRG on red, and Mixup's going to be on blue. We'll see the first... You know, other than Pugs, I don't think I've ever seen Smacka play Medic. I don't ever want to watch a Medic at mid, because I think more interesting things happen, but I'm kind of curious to see how he does. But anyway, Banny beats Seagull by 4 or 5 seconds to mid, which will probably be a theme of this game. Banny so fast. But here come the bombs. Sizer does go down first to Platinum, who's got that fire hat. Here comes Tagaron, though, flying through the air, gets a nice bomb. Returns the favor onto Plat here. Very even mid-fight right now, actually. Shrugger, both scouts are down for HRG. Shotgun versus demo fight here, and I actually think Mixup is going to muscle out, but Banny, you cannot out-muscle Banny. Harblue onto tag, but I think Banny's going to march in with his medics, like we're not leaving. It's a 3-on-4, although Sizer's a respawn, so very close mid, but Mixup did have to back out at the end.
Yeah, that was a really weird mid, actually. I was watching from Lansky's point of view, and at one point there it just seemed like all of HRG was so separate. Like, their combo was completely in their yard while some of their team were fighting. And then they all just kind of came back in at the same time and got a few picks, so... It was a weird play, but in the end it worked.
Yeah, Banny still had like a buff at the end of it. He just marched in and they couldn't stop it. Mixup, though, still competitive in this round, have Uber and are going to defend their second point here. Definitely looking for a tag bomb to open up this fight here. He's seemingly... unlike a lot of other roamers these days, just gets in and does a lot. There he is, look at that, just forces right away on cue. Tag makes me look smart. Actually, almost got away for a little bit. Enigma does kill him, but look at this Uber by Mixup. Completely shut down. Can't even get into force shade. Mail, that was a disaster for Mixup, because HRG is going to just roll right in now.
You could see how bad Platinum wanted to jump, but he just never had the opportunity as HRG just storms through the choke and quickly gets 2 kills.
Yeah, Lansky is on Spire right now. Seagull is lobbing. Sticky is trying to do something, but it's 6 strong for HRG. The blob just surrounds Spire, is going to take that down, and now Mixup's at last. Smacka did stay alive through all that, so he's got a little bit of an Uber advantage, and I think Mixup will be able to regain footing here. But HRG, man, they're kind of poised just to push right in. Actually, they're going to take some damage and back out Shrugger in the deep red, but he will be okay. And HRG... really good, just take Spire, the clinical force, and take, and now they're assaulting last.
Yeah, and you could even see when they pushed in the lobby there, Banny, I think he wanted to go, he was peeking top left, just like trying to hit Smacka with pipes, and he was jumping in circles, and he just couldn't hit him. But yeah, now HRG is holding lobby, the Ubers are pretty much equal, HRG just gets theirs up, followed by Smacka. And we might see HRG suicide someone for a pick class, or maybe tag to try to force the Uber again. But Platinum seems to be playing close as Enigma sets up this sentry. They're shuffling around a lot, just like trying to spam and do as much damage as they can on the defense.
Well, we do have Soldier and Tag is just gunboat jumping around. There is a sentry gun up, level 2, which helps shut down Tag. Didn't get his roamer special in, didn't force or really do much damage. We've seen kind of the evolution of the last... play attempt where you send Soldier in, and then the Scout class in as well, try to maybe go in with a free entry and try to make something happen with like that second suicide. But it was just Tag. He's probably just going to come back. We do have actually, he did let Sizer in at the spawn door, and now Sizer is sniping. So a little teamwork, a little chivalry there from Tag, holds the door open for Sizer, who is now sniping, and I'm going to watch him and see if he can get an entry kill.
Yeah, just kind of a standard play there, suiciding someone in. The Sizer's peeking in main. We'll see if he gets a kill. And Platinum's been doing some interesting stuff actually in this defense. Like, he keeps rotating in front of the door, does like 300 damage, then just goes on the left, jumps back to the top right, and walks around. They're playing this defense so aggressively, like they just keep fighting as much as they can.
I like that. It also pads the damage stat numbers, so when we look at it later, it's like, man, I do like 800 damage a minute, I'm the best. And so, well, that's good. Sizer's taking some shots, hit a couple body shots, but he's still trying to look. HRG's basically in stall and wait for a kill mode, which is dangerous territory for Mixup as always. I like that Platinum is getting aggressive, but every time he kind of peeks through that door, runs the risk of Paul hitting a headshot. Right now, HRG double spams down the sentry gun, which is a good big play for them. Maybe they'll go in with that, but Enigma's just going to switch quickly off of NG, and Harblue's thinking about counter-sniping, but I don't know if I like this. Oh, Tag is in. Oh, he gets air piped and shut down Banny, though, does trade off here, so kind of standard last assault, just looking for any opening to push through.
Yeah, that was actually that was kind of weird. I guess that shows one of the problems with this aggressive defense that Mixup's kind of doing. They had no players watching bottom left. Tag just walked in and just walked straight at the medic, and if it weren't for that nice, like, air pipe, air meat shot combo, I mean, he might have been able to get on Smacka's face, do 100 damage rocket, so...
Okay, let me ask you, because you still play an invite, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Moose, or Dub S for Mixup, one of the scouts, has just been sitting behind the point here. Is he just looking for any capping shenanigans and kind of calling out what's lower mid? I don't think I've ever seen a scout just sit here.
I've never really seen that either, but I suppose he can just... He's just seeing if the sniper's peeking main, and if someone goes bottom left, I suppose.
The
Ubers...
Yeah, the Ubers did get popped. There was a death, I believe Harblue went down just trying to make a play or something. The Ubers did absolutely nothing. I think 0 damage was done with both Ubers. It just kind of were flashy colors and looking at each other. But the second push in now that Ubers are off here, and actually Mixup's going to get the best of Seagull! Count 3 with 3 pipe kills. I don't know if that was 3 separate pipes or a couple splash damage, but that is going to say goodbye to HRG, who got completely wiped, only losing Moose. So Mixup might get 2 points off of that swing because the medic did go down. So big Uber advantage coming up for Smacka and Mixup. That's the turnaround they needed.
Yeah, HRG tried to do a repush there after the Ubers faded, and then Mixup just, like, everyone on their team just hit every shot possible, and they just died in seconds. So that just went horribly for HRG. Now Mixup has a very big Uber advantage, 50%, and they're pushing the mid. It looks like they're going to go through house, looking for Platinum and maybe a scout to take this Uber.
And the
actually
ESP...
dropping into Valley.
Okay, I was going to say, the ESP of Banny has stickies in the house, but they're going Valley where Banny doesn't have stickies, and Shade's back pretty far, but he's building his Uber right now at 70%, so Mixup needs to get in right now. They are going to force here, and I don't think they're going to see much, if anything, with this Uber. They do have Tag behind in their second area, in that house area, so they have to worry about him, but that was not a great Uber. They have to worry about if there's anything behind. I think Tag was behind. Maybe I got flipped around and I was free camming, but here comes the leapfrog melee. HRG's is going to push right in.
Sizer got onto Smacka somehow there, I think from the
underneath,
shithouse
I think,
area, or underneath, yeah, he just came up and flanked Smacka and took him down, so that's gonna make an end to the leapfrogging if HRG just needs to play together, clean up a few frags, and they should be able to take this all the way to last with like a 60% Uber advantage in the end.
Man, well, Harblue's in right now. I was about to make a point, but wow, great teamwork by HRG. Turns around and deals with Harblue. I thought he actually was going to kill Shade. Shade ends up at 100 health, so he was probably fine either way, but HRG deals with the random Harblue bomb very well. Sentry Gun going up at last. Enigma is trying to pull every trick out to try to stall this push out. They're a big Uber advantage for HRG, but the combo work, they're so rusty. I mean, that's the second Uber where Platinum is really... They've popped without really anything to shoot at, and in this, against HRG, the best team, you have to play your combo work perfectly. And now we are set up going to last. Shade has Uber, so he's just going to go right in.
Yeah, and they just pop in on the top left. Platinum was playing super close, somehow manages to stay alive, running beneath the point. And now they're just focusing down that sentry gun as they should, but I think someone needs to get on the point, and they might be able to win this. They're just kind of looking for frags right now. But the Heavy's sitting with 450, and Heavies are really good. But now everyone from blue down on the point, red's kind of surrounding them, just the Heavy up, this is definitely going to them.
Moose, the last man standing on the point, just like, ah, get away from me, no, he died.
It's like the worst feeling in the world on Badlands. When you're getting pushed into last, you have to go on the point, and then you're like, oh, we lost. Like, you just know, just fighting for like no reason.
Yeah, just watching your 450 dwindle away. Just, no, please spawn. Wow. But that was the first round. Pretty, aside from a couple combo mistakes, Mixup was right there in that round. I'm looking for Platinum at the bottom of the scoreboard to get more into this game. It's one of the best soldiers ever, if not the best. So Harblue's going to start this mid off as the first death, and actually HRG's got a big advantage going on. But look at Platinum with a double. Does kill Banny and Shade, but that is all they get. Getting Shade will stop this from being a wipe round, but other than Platinum's double, no one else on Mixup gets a frag, and pretty dominating win for HRG.
Yeah, and right there, I guess, kind of came into play what we were talking about earlier, just this like sort of new mix-up and like a bit of a lack of cohesion. Like Harblue bombed in so early and died alone, and then Platinum kind of bombed in. He got the medic, but no one was really shooting the same target over that mid-fight. Like, they all did decent damage to something, but they never got the frag.
Shade?
The Blues
Shade has crits. I don't want to interrupt you, but that's building right now is at 75, so I actually like that switch quite a bit. I think Enigma's going to be able to call that out right now as he's pushing up, and actually Enigma's going to do one better, call crits and drop Banny, so crits without Banny is going to be trouble, so every Pocket's Dream Mail will be crits onto Lansky. Let's see if he can get anything done. He's just, oh, a nice body rocket onto Seagull, and here come the crits out. He's going to scare off the Joker. Smacka is at 60% with his regular Uber, so the rare combo soldier crit spree doesn't get a lot done, but they're still pushing. Tag does go down. I think Mixup's okay to repush now.
Yeah, and Seagull's still down, but it doesn't really matter because Smacka has such a big Uber advantage, and Red is now down Tag, so Blue has the player advantage. Looks like they're going to be pushing through House again. Just Platinum and the Medic. We'll see if he can finally make one of these Ubers to good use to get the Medic or get a few frags in this mid-fight.
I want to see Platinum and company just get aggressive. Now Shade still has his crits, has actually got it up, actually 95%. Here comes Mixup, trying to be very aggressive as Platinum. He's pretty much committed here, but no, he's going to back up. Now Shade does have crits, and he does have a Banny here, but wow, Platinum rejoined the fight there, just said, nah, I'm not going to retreat, I'm going to try to kill you, but didn't. Shade has his Uber right now, but he's there. It's a 5v5 situation. I think Banny's just going to say, pop the crits on me, we're going to go in, but not a whole lot of Blue to shoot at. They've retreated into their house, and they're actually pretty safe, so Banny's not going to call for his crits until he sees something worth shooting. But in the meantime, a nice kill, Enigma onto the Pocket Soldier, and we are going to be paused. So, there you go. Boy, Shade's at 68 health during this pause. Not sure why we're paused, but
look at the best right now. He's just looking at Shade.
Oh man,
at 68 health, he's just gonna run straight at him. I think Moose might be able to kill Shade here. Bandy's not looking at him. Sugar's kind of far away. Just like one decent shot could kill him. But yeah, just one thing I really want to say. The Ubers coming out from Mixup right now, they're atrocious. Like,
yeah, you expect way better from Platinum because he's so good. That's his calling card, is having the best Ubers as Pocket. So, yeah,
it's really, I think that's the main problem right now. Like, this is the third time when they were pushing into middle, Smacka got forced in the worst way. Like, HRG was already backing out, and then Smacka just randomly takes like 100 from spam, and then it's like you kind of have to pop because like he's standing in the center of the point. He doesn't know where the damage is coming from.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Moose finishes the kill. He does. So that's gonna go UCD Uber charge drop for Shade, although it was just crits. And actually, Blue's gonna file in as well. The models are very dark on my screen, and it's actually on the stream too. I don't know what that is. Very odd. Throws me off, but it's actually a 2v2 right now. Tag is trying to win it now for his team. Does get the point of Tag! Wow! Drops Moose and the air shot on the Platinum. He doesn't need a shotty, man. He's got body rocket action. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was an incredible play. And just because of that now, Red's going to be able to hold mid. Tag had went down there. I think Blue definitely would have been taking this middle point. So that was a great play from Tag, really. Winning HRG that fight in the end, right in the clutch moment, and now going to be able to push this Spire as Mixup. Just getting their spawns is way far back, and HRG is walking into yard and now trash for free.
Yeah, and one of the things that happens when a game is paused is the HUD, or what you see, the numbers and stuff, get frozen in time. So there's nothing that we can do until time passes. Right now, Uber is still being charged on both sides. Shade is onto regular Uber. There is action here in the house. I believe Sizer's trying to sneak into last, but he gets killed. I'm sorry, Moose was trying to sneak back to last, gets killed by Sizer. So that's a 5v6 now situation. Uber being popped, and wow, there go the kills. Sizer and Shrugger sneak in, get the point. This time the Heavy doesn't even get the pleasure of dying on the point. He just dies pitifully after to the crits. And HRG, man, I hate to say it because, you know, Mixup is right, it should be right there with them from what we've seen the last two seasons, but HRG look like they're pretty far ahead right now.
Yeah, that last push, that looked scary to be on Mixup's side. There's like 17 people just running straight top left, killing everything, but now Red's just jumping all over the top left crate. And Blue's Mixup is just so far back. Clem's trying to make something happen across the point, but he's getting focused so fast. And the scouts pepper him and clean him up. Only 3 up for Mixup now.
Oh, man.
As Red's just swarming them. This is going horribly wrong for Mixup. 6 up and 6 down.
Like, yeah, it's like the Harbaloo died 5 seconds before Platinum jumped, and I mean Harblue just 1v6'd, and then you saw a lot of individual attempts, but HRG blobs, and they hit shots, man. They're very solid, probably still, if not the best, close to the best DM as a team, and they're not going to miss 1v6, so it's going to be almost impossible to make that happen. Timing that we've seen from HRG is off. The roamers are going to find each other somewhere in the map. I didn't see where, and do the roamer thing where they kill each other with rockets, and that's hilarious. So a 5v5 fight at last, but Red, of course, has Uber, and Seagull gets bullied by 3, and he's going to go down here, trying to hold the point, but Banny's got so much damage on the point, and geez, that round was not at all close. I'm not even sure, other than the Harb frag, there was one, and Lansky may or may not have 4 dominations, so hello.
Yeah, the easiest way for me to explain this right now, I feel like Mixup is trying to win by getting frags, and I feel like HRG is trying to win by playing TF2.
Yeah?
If you sort of know what I mean. Like, Mixup's just going in, and it's like I think everyone knows that the people on Mixup have a really good aim. Like, Platinum, Harblue, Enigma, Moose, they all have incredible aim. Seagull even has, like, great pipes on demo, and, like, he's a really smart player, so that's never anything out of the question. Their DM matches the DM of HRG,
Yeah.
but HRG is just so together, and, like, they're just playing so together. And it's like Mixup's trying to get all these frags in every fight when HRG is just pushing up and they're getting ground. And then, like, when they see someone from Mixup trying to get frag, there's 6 people shooting at him and he died. So, I think...
Yeah. I think what stands out to me, and I don't want to critique, players that are way better than me. I mean, you're an invite soldier, so you can get away with it. I can't. I'd say the timing that we've seen from Mixup historically is just off. They're just not together. If just Harbaloo and Platinum bombed at the exact same time, I mean, at least something would die, you would think, between the other 6 rockets that they have together. But the timing of that last mid was about as bad as I've seen out of Mixup. So hopefully they can turn it around here. They're going to switch colors. Red for Mixup, HRG is going to be blue, and they've had Mixup's number pretty much all game long. We'll see if Mixup can one of the biggest comebacks in TF2 history. Here comes the first bomb again. Harbaloo's pretty early. Not so bad with the timing this time because Banny does go down. Platinum onto Shade. There you go. That's the aggression at the same time. Scouts are going to follow it up. You're going to find to see if the Joker is safe. Wow, the stick comes out. It does clock Shrugger across the head. It is very much so legal, and Mixup does win mid. Shade did go down, so a chance for Mixup to get a quick one here, and they desperately need it. Tag is actually behind, so there you go.
Yeah, Tag is in the red house right now. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He might be waiting to try to get a pick on these soldiers or something like that, which would be kind of weird. I'm assuming he's just gonna go for Smacka at some point. They have no idea he's there. And Red's just kind of standing around. I don't know why they're not going. They have a really big advantage. And HRG is, like, all the way back on their bats. Actually, Sizer is sniping.
That might be why. Oh, man, he's going to be able to dome Seagull peeking, and I guess they think the Tag is behind. They're going to wait for the bomb. There it is. But he forces anyway. Are you kidding? Man, you have to milk that. Like, you just say 1v6 or 1v5. I'm just, like, you're going to kill me if you kill me. Oh, man, that's brutal, because now the advantage is straight into Shade's hands. I don't know what I'm watching here. Like, I don't want to talk badly about an invite team. Certainly one that was the best team in the world not that long ago, but Mixup, I don't know, man. Moose is behind right now. He was sitting in the enemy vents at last, so maybe he can backcap, but this does not look good.
Yeah, it's like... I can't even explain this. It's like they're playing and none of them have their mics on or something. Like, it's just bizarre.
×2 for Moose, and he's gonna get this, man.
Yeah.
Here comes Tag trying to stop it, but not in time here, so Moose's little shenanigans. Oh my god, he doesn't get it! Wow, Banny jumped all the way back. I thought for sure Moose had it. Oh, that was so close. The point was completely full on my screen. That is going to help slow down the pressure, but Shrugger is already fighting 1v3, cramming Mixup back in their house, and Red has no answer. They need to get out. The Joker does have Uber. Shade cycled his during that fight, so actually Mixup could hold this. We see the bomb coming in from Harbaloo, trying to get some pressure on, but he's 1v6 again. Does have his team pop behind him, but this fight is certainly just going to turn on its head because Shade has his Uber right now. Sizer's been sniping.
This is going to go really bad.
Yeah, this is, oh god.
Shrugger, oh my gosh. If Shade didn't drop Lansky there, they would have killed, I think, everybody. Shrugger was just kind of dancing around in the valley. Everyone on Mixup focused, and Shrugger was just jumping in circles. Nobody could hit him. and they were all out of position, and the Uber was coming in, and if they had popped on Lansky, he could have killed Platinum and Smacker right there. But again, I mean, that was just another really poor Mixup Uber. They just popped out of position, and then Platinum just kind of stood around like, well, I know I'm not going to be able to do anything with this, so
yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Sizer's been sniping for the last 3 minutes, so I'm not sure. Guess he's trying to get shots on the guys capping Spire. It's a pretty good sight line, but he needs to go back to Scout, where he's definitely more effective. But yeah, if Lansky didn't get dropped there, I completely agree. That fight's different, but where we stand right now, there's a forward hold by HRG, but they're actually pretty much even with Uber, so I think they just realized that because they're back at their last now. And Mixup has a chance to cap last here, but boy, you can't feel good about trying to suicide because a 5v6 versus HRG, the way these fights are going, like, as the drag race outside my house happens. Hooray. Yes, then I don't know. I mean, Mixup needs to win this round and quick because they need to get back in this game.
Yeah, I really think if they don't win this round, if it gets pushed back, I think the last round is going to be rolled. Like, if I was on Mixup and we got pushed back from last year, that would just be awful. Is Enigma, I think Suicide's in there.
Yeah.
Gonna make that same play, basically earlier that HRG did. He's gonna go Sniper. As Blue looked to be poking lower there. Shade actually dropped down with Lance,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of spamming. His Sizer still on Sniper. I don't think he's killed anyone in his life yet.
Yeah, he had some nice shots when he was at mid there. Shrugger's got Harblue right above him at lower left, but Harblue's a nice guy, not going to kill him. And we're waiting to see what Enigma goes. He's also sniping, so haven't seen a whole lot of Enigma sniper in Invite, but wow, Sizer on cue hits his headshot, but Enigma on Delansky, so I think that's a better trade. Pocket, certainly more valuable than off Scout. We'll see if there's a pop. Ooh, Sizer with the full charge body shot onto Enigma, so 4v5 situation. Mixup is back, and actually Shrugger's getting aggressive, but Seagull kills him off, so they're just kind of trading kills here. I don't know if it's going to end with a Mixup push, although they will have an advantage here for the next 15 seconds. I'm not sure if they use it.
And, oh my god,
they will.
Platinum just got popped so early again, going in top left. Shade is holding on to this, milking for so long, and now Platinum's just stuck behind the point. He really can't do anything because Lansky has an Uber on. And Mixup's gonna drop 2 as HRG's gonna be pushing up to Spire now. And Harblue's actually hiding bottom left.
Yep.
He kills Tag. I don't know if he's gonna go for
He's
last.
going back there, man. He's gonna
Oh my god.
Oh.
No. He just had to aim his mouse like a little bit up and he would have got shrugged. That's a shame. But Seagull, trap kill on Banny. He got a lot of damage on Delansky. He was trying to cap the point. Sugar gets a kill on Moose. This is just a really scrappy fight as Blues is trying to get on the Spire, and Reds is kind of killing whatever they possibly can. They don't want to give up this last push.
I'm not sure if Blues should be out here without Banny. Seagull's able to just lob his stickies on the point and such. Harblue's trying again, going up drop down, but he gets bullied out by Sizer and Tag. And actually Sizer's going to go behind right now, but he's going to find... Actually, Tag is also behind, so HRG's making the play. Banny's back in this fight, although he's watching drop down, and Mixup's all the way sort of... Well, half their team is back in mid here. This fight, yeah, it's pretty scrappy. They're not giving it up. They're on bats. Shrugger's actually just going to cap the point in front of everybody, so I guess a nice push by Blue, but I don't know if it's sloppy or just kind of weird. I'm not sure what I'm watching here, but recap right away for Mixup.
Enigma pretty much saved that point. Oh my god, Moose
Shade, yeah.
I was actually... I never got a chance to say this earlier, but Moose has actually been going crazy this game. He's been doing so much for Mixup as they finally get around because of Moose. Moose has been doing really well this game, and I'm not just saying that because I love Moose. He's amazing.
Yeah. It's good. He's been getting a lot of flack from some of the people saying, oh, he's not as good as Ruin. Well, no one really is. Ruin's pretty good, man. But, of course, Moose is Invite Scout. And that was a drop, by the way. Our awesome cameraman TrukTruk caught it. I didn't even see it. I was like, oh, Shade's dead. Interesting. But the chat's blowing up with drops. So thank you to TrukTruk for making up for us. Sizer goes down. Actually, Mixup's been a lot more competitive at these mid. Tag does the Roamer special. And actually, Mixup's put on the HRG cape here. They've wiped HRG as of right now, but they're coming. Wow, look at Banny. He's trying to keep his medic alive. Does go down. Shade is now naked by Spire with only 50 health, so he's dead. Ooh, there's the mix-up that we've seen before. And actually, both Roamers do the Roamer special. My god.
I hope so. I hope someone saw Harblu there. He just kind of... He thought Shade was escaping a trap, so he just kind of, like, walked off the side and then died to fall damage.
Dude, Harblu dies in some spectacularly hilarious ways from time to time.
But,
like, that's good stuff.
Yeah. The mixed-up soldiers, though, that mid, like, they finally they've been doing what you've wanted them to do. They're just getting aggressive together, and they're doing so much damage. Platinum killed both the scouts right away, which is pretty incredible. As Seagull might go down here, Lansky peeking super aggressively in this forward hold that HRG is doing.
Yeah, they have Uber, full Uber. Sizer's been building a gun at last, so nice forward hold, buying some time, but I mean, Mixup has to get in right now. Harblue is a heavy out by Spire right now, so that's going to be a nice surprise at the end of this fight, but Mixup, man, you got to go right now. They're clearing stickies and getting buffs, which I guess is okay, but Shade's at 85%, so he's probably going to get this Uber during the course of this push. Sentry gun does get dealt with, but again, Shade at 95%, I guess he's not, doesn't have it yet. Lansky goes down. Pretty good Uber by Platinum. There it is, though. Does get it. He's going to start flashing heavy for both sides, and Mixup is out. They are gone, although Platinum is alone. He's like, guys, where'd you go, man? Harblue comes in as heavy, but he and Platinum go down. HRG hold.
Yeah, luckily, Mixup, the medic, and Demo, Smack, and Seagull were able to get out from main pretty early, but it's just this, like, weird play, like, Mixup not pushing quick on an advantage, like, when does that happen?
Right.
Like,
they have, like, a 70% advantage. So
yeah, like, when does that ever happen? Like, I've never seen that before. It's just, it's weird.
Is that Smacka not maybe used to having to keep track of Uber? I mean, they had to know that he had a big advantage. I mean, there's no way. As well, there's fighting going on in Spire as we pose these theoretical questions. It's Smacka, no. Platinum is playing a lot better in the second half, really carrying the team with his scouts right now. Fighting going on in Spire, though. Platinum is dead. The scout, Enigma, is very brave. He's going to be fighting everybody, and the dodge of Enigma stays alive for quite a long time. And Harblue on tag are having their own little roamer party here, but Harb is going to get two. Both soldiers for Mixup starting to pick it up here, and actually going to body them out. There comes the Uber by Smacka. Shade is at 98%. Scary moment, though. Here comes Seagull's going to move in and try to force the pop here, but his Uber runs out. There is the pop by HRG, and they're going to clean this up. Good Uber by Lansky. Banny turns the corner onto the Joker, so Smacka goes down. Mixup looked good. Had a chance at Shade, but now HRG with huge momentum are jumping to mid.
Yeah, and the red Uber, Mixup's Uber, it looked like it was going to be good, and then just at the last second, Banny had gotten his spawn, and Lansky just walked out with the Uber, and he hit some nice shots, got a few kills for HRG, and that was enough to convert it over to now a mid capture and a 35% advantage.
Yeah, Harblue went sniper for a moment. I'm not sure if he's going to stay there. No, he's gone back to soldier. Did get that forward spawn for the cycle. He is in the diagonal area here. We do see, actually, he's jumped into mid. Nice kill onto Sizer and did a nice body rocket. I think I've said that too many times. It's chat saying body rocket. So he hit Sizer with a rocket that hit him somewhere in his person. And actually, HRG's going to push off this. Moose goes down on Spire, spamming stickies as Seagull, trying to help his team out here. But Shade has Uber, and no one is building with Smacka. He's at 54 and just kind of lonely by himself here. There goes the Uber and HRG everywhere. Shrugger picks up both Platinum and, I think, Enigma. Boy, and Smack is only at 60%. Like, he's not building. He needs to build Uber.
Yeah, and Seagull was trying to get something there. He was kind of alone, like spamming the Spire. This is kind of weird on that play. Like, once again, it's like Mixup's just trying to get these frags. It's like they're going for too much. They're not going with the flow of the game. It's like they're trying to get these weird frags in like situations that don't really make sense, and then create advantages from that. But it's just not working because HRG is playing so close together.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. The mix-up that that won I-46 and was so good for the last year, they pushed that. They still do. I mean, Shade's gonna get Uber. They're not gonna push. But Mixup had a 50%, if not more, Uber advantage. They would always push out there, even if it is their last point they're pushing out of. But Platt just moved forward, shot some rockets, and he's backed up. So playing way more passively than we're used to.
Yeah, I mean, any little advantage, it was just all 6 of them would be right on you. And now it's like, there's a little advantage and like 2 of them try to peek and then nothing happens. So, it's kind of odd. Sizer does go down, so that might initiate maybe a suicide play or a push out. Is Platinum died? Maybe, was he suicide? I wasn't really looking, I just saw him walk into main.
I don't know. There was actually a scout snuck out and went to forward spawn, a red scout, and Harbaloo was out in front door, and all this shenanigans, HRG's just going to pop and move in, so Lansky's going to get an Uber versus Seagull. He's going to jump up on top left here and maybe actually get a kill. No, he's going to get shut down by Moose instead, so Lansky got a little overzealous with his Uber, but Sizer's a 450 heavy, as Moose does get a second onto Shrugger, and actually Mixup is flanking from all around. There's that scout that snuck out front door. He's back on the heavy, and Sizer does go down. Nice flank play by Moose. You commented that he's playing very well. I have to agree. He's he and Enigma have really stepped up their game in the second half, and Mixup, man, played kind of weird, but they're still holding on here, winning their fights in the second half here. A big air shot by Seagull. Oh, wow, onto the jumping soldier, and Shade also goes down to Enigma here. Chance for Mixup to run it all the way back, but they have to keep Smacka alive.
Yeah, and the problem here, Smacka getting attacked by Tagrung and Trap. He's going down, yeah. And Mixup, once again, it was they didn't need to frag. Just play TF2, cap the point.
Oh, they got last two, and then...
They sent like 3 people to go get Shade. It worked, but then they died, and they had no cap time. So, like, what was the purpose of that? Like, they just needed to cap the point, and the Ubers were even. They had player advantage. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
I think you can expect them to get better and better. This new roster, their timing's just not right, and they're just not playing as with it as we saw historically. I think it's more surprising that they're not playing as well as we're used to. I think that we can expect them to do better, as we are at a very crucial mid-fight here. HRG's got 4 rounds, so next one they win, and they are winning this mid-fight as of right now. And Doker does go down again to Tag, who is just having a great roamer game. And the stick kill. That's the old pop him up with the rocket and smack him in the legs with your equalizer and win the mid, although there is a Harbaloo on the map. He's just spawned, though. First to die at mid, so he's just going to roll back here. Shade stayed alive, so dominating mid win there for HRG, and they have a chance to win the game right now with a huge Uber advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Harbaloo's trying to make a play. He's just kind of peeking around the bats, just crouching around and seeing if he can find Shade, shiny, unusual, and hit it with a rocket. But that's not going to happen. He's just going to back spawn now, as they're holding last with a 70% Uber disadvantage to Shade. So yeah, Shade pops in right now, top left on Lansky and Sizer. Sizer's kind of running in, but a sentry gun's denying and making it really hard to aim at anything. They finally get it down as Harbaloo jumps all over them, but Banny just walks in behind and cleans that up. Now Platinum jumping in. Banny's trying to lay down damage, but it's difficult because this heavy is just shooting everything. Seagull pipes everyone down.
Banny is still alive, well he was until Enigma flanked him. There comes the jumping stick attempt. Boy, he knows who's casting his game. I love the stick. And actually, Tag does get the medic. Oh my god, Smacka cannot get away from Tag. I was going to Spire to look and see if anything was going there, but in the meantime, Tag was still alive, and actually the huge kill on the medic, because I don't even know if Mixup can cap Spire. We do have crits now in the hands of Shade, so we're going to see a crits attempt in last. They're going to have it way before Smacka, who's not even alive yet, so Tag is he's just a beast.
Yeah, and now everyone from HRG is spawned, everyone from Mixup is spawned, but the main difference being Shade has like a 40% Uber advantage because Smacka went down so late in that fight to tag run. So now HRG is going to be able to push this in again, and I guess we'll see if they'll be able to successfully win on a Uber advantage push, which they weren't able to do last time.
Well, they do have the crits, so we'll see. It's going to definitely go in the hands of Banny. Maybe Lansky will try to jump in and take eyes off of this front door, but no. Banny's just going to walk in, and with the crits, got 3. Will he get all 6 here? No, if Sizer will take 1. A lot of crits, Krieg, and Mix-Ups just throw their hands up. Welp. Lansky goes down to the sentry gun, which is still hilariously alive there.
Oh my god, the sentry gun is saving the video game for Mix-Up. Alright, but now it's just Seagull up, and he's pretty good, but I don't think it's gonna happen. He picks up Shrugger, but
all the dudes who got the crit or got killed by the crits actually spawned at the very end there. That almost happened, that defense. That would have been absolutely ridiculous, but that's a GG. HRG win 5-1 in a game that was only for maybe a few moments in the start of the second half, is really never in doubt. HRG clearly the best team in North America right now, and they're pretty scary, man. They could do 2 straight seasons of undefeated. I don't know. I mean, you're an invite. I don't want to say your team has no chance, but man, HRG, their approach, man, they just look.
Well, not HRG.
Okay.
HRG is really, really good. Whenever we scrim them, it's really, really tough to do anything. it's just you can't fight anyone on that team because then you're fighting 3 people. Like that's how it feels all the time. They just work together so well. I don't think their DM is like necessarily like on the next level as a whole compared to every other team. Like I don't think their DM is like really superior to Mixup, but they don't need to have that crazy DM to win. Like they just work so well together. They play so well as a team together, and that's just what wins them match after match. And honestly, this season they seem really uncontested. They might go undefeated again. I think they will go undefeated again.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about it. I had like a little quick ask me anything with HRG, or ask us anything, or ask them anything on my stream last night, and you know, they have I-46 or I-49 coming up, where they're gonna play as well as they can. I mean, they're representing America, and you know, possibly the biggest TF2 tournament of all time. So they have the most motivation as well to maintain this pacing and be as good as possible. So I don't know. I think the best chance they have of getting beat or challenged, it might be the tryhards. Looking at the stats, Lansky, we're kind of a trend that we've seen the last couple matches, does out damage. This time pretty significantly Banny. So for all the talk that Banny gets of he's all got all the heals and does everything, Lansky,
it's not true at all.
Lansky's a beast, man. He might be one of the best pockets in Invite now.
Yeah, everyone, like, this is kind of like sidetrack different, but like everyone last season, and they always have this idea in their mind that Banny's like a pocket and he takes so many heals. It's not true, like in the slightest. Like Lansky takes a ton of heals. It's not like Banny's getting pocketed all the time. And Lansky's really good. I think even this season, I think he's a lot better than he was before. At least I think his aim has gotten a lot better. I think he's gotten a lot smarter. I mean, it's got
to be pretty easy to pocket for them. I'm not saying it's easy, but man, pocket for a team that's that cohesive and everyone's on the same page. Boy, Lansky is really, really good, and he's in a great situation to do a lot of damage. Tag is in our chat saying good joke, so I'm sure he would say the opposite of what I just said. So usually we'd have an interview, but I'm star right now, so I'm going to say no to that. Why don't we wrap things up? Is there anything else about this game that stood out to you?
Well, I think despite the stats not really showing it, with Tag going 18 and 18, I think he did a lot more than the stats show for HRG. He killed Smacka a bunch. There's a lot of amazing plays he made. That one on mid where he like air shot Platinum's like face, and won that 2v1. He killed Smacka a ton of times, but really, I don't think we could have said it anymore and emphasized it anymore, but like the Ubers from Mixup, they were just it was
that's what
happens
when you join a new team this season, had a new medic, and you play Pocket, had a really good season last year on Zensity where you had a different medic. I mean, you can speak to how hard it is to play with a new medic, man. It's like, it's not just the Pocket needs to do everything, but you have to make sure that you know the medic is following you, is going to pop at the right time, is going to help call out where people are if you're not looking and stuff. So I think with time, and Smack has been playing this game like longer than I have, so for decades he's been playing this game. He's older than me somehow too. I think that'll come about if they just stick with this lineup. But I don't know if they have more results like this, Mail. I don't know, man. Mixup wants to win. They're not going to want losing to HRG 5-1 is not acceptable to many of them. So I hope that they just stick with it and practice with 6 and get better that way.
I feel like that's what they need to do. Like, as I said before the game too, like how they're trying to find like some kind of substitute for just hard work, like, and just like practicing and like going really hard and like DMing and wanting to win and all that stuff, rather than just like trying to find the best lineup possible. I think that I still think that they could be a top LAN contender. I think that they could make the final 2, and we could see them for the 8 billionth time playing Banny's team in the final. I mean, it could certainly happen again. I think they just need to like keep practicing and get used to a lineup. They're all really good individually, but they just need to regain the cohesion that they had when it was like I-46 time.
Yeah, I just don't know if they have the motivation, but we'll find out. It's only week 3. Although this was Badlands week 2 map, we are now into Snakewater this week. I'm not sure what's being casted and when, guys, but I will shout out TrukTruk, everybody. Man, most popular cameraman ever. It's like we're making these great points about TF2, and everyone's like, shout out TrukTruk! I'm gonna spell his name with hearts in between every one of his capital letters, spelling his name out. So TrukTruk's awesome. He actually messaged me to get me in here. I know everybody was hoping that Star and Mela would give that cast. I was actually looking forward to listening to it too. Unfortunately, he lagged out. Hopefully, this isn't the last time, Mela, you'll cast, because I think you did a great job casting for us, and hopefully Star will come back when his internet is fixed or whatever is happening there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and saving. It was a lot of fun.
Oh man, I should have waited a little bit extra just to... I didn't get to tune in to... Oh man, that's like, hey, your first cast, first Sixes cast for TFTV, we'll just make you solo fill time in a vacuum for 10 minutes. That's how we roll, man. It's easy. And you didn't resort to the simple racism. I'm proud of you, man. All right, so everybody will be back this week. This is Team Fortress 2 or TV2. So you can follow this channel too if you want, man. I'm not going to stop you, but follow the regular channel if you haven't, which is just Twitch. Just take out the two, Team Fortress TV, and visit the site and all that good stuff. Well, I think most of you already do. But we will cast some Snake Water later on in the week. Another shout out to TrukTruk and to Mela for being the best. And we'll see you guys later. Good night.